The seventh chord is built using a triad as the foundation, and it adds the interval of a seventh. Okay, so for example, I'm just going to do something here. All right. So if I start with C, we know that the distance between the root and the third is a major third. That's 4 half steps. And then from the third to the fifth is 3 half steps. That gives us our 4 plus 3 of our C major triad. But if I add the interval of a seventh,
which would be a major third, right?
A major third above that fifth, which is another 4
half steps.
Right, another 4 half steps. So that's how I get 4 plus 3 plus 3, 4 plus 3 plus 4. All right. The symbol for that will simply be C triangle 7, C major 7.
Can I see it? Sounds right. C. Okay.
C triangle 7.
Okay.
Another way for us to write C major 7, we could also write C M A J 7, or C capital M 7, or C M A 7.
Why would you do that instead of, is that like if you were just having like charts and like instead of just writing it out, why would you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, these are all symbols that have been used over a period of time to refer to major 7th chords.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right, the next one, so let's just play that one more time. C, E, G, B natural. Okay. And just because I wrote it on bass clef, let's just play it an octave lower. C, E, G, B natural. Okay. So that's C major 7. Okay. Good. All right. Now, the next one, I'm still in bass clef. The next chord that I want to write, let me just go ahead and build a little snowman there, and you have it on your paper there. I want to build a minor 7th chord. Now, the minor 7th chord is slightly different than not the minor 7th chord, but we want to build a dominant 7th chord. The dominant 7th chord, slightly different from the major 7th chord, because instead of having a major 7th or a major third above the 5th, we have a minor 7th or a minor third above the 5th of the chord. So we end up having C, E, G, B flat in this case.
4, 3, 3.
That's correct. 4 half steps above the root, then 3 half steps, and then another 3 half steps will give you this sound.
Okay.
So go ahead and play that one for me. C, E, G, B flat. Now here's where you want to use the 4th finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
So I've got to be able to.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I make the reach, I keep lifting that up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Good. And the universal symbol for the dominant 7th chord is the root name of the chord plus the number 7. C7.
Okay.
And so when you're looking at a piece of music, you will notice that most sheet music, popular sheet music at least, will have chord symbols at the top of each system, and you can look at those chord symbols and be able to determine what the chord is. So I'm just going to take a picture of this, and what I would like for you to do here, let's just take this little point to the okay, hit done there. Tell me where the dominant 7 chords are on this page.
Well, even though it says E flat, but that'd be a dominant 7, right?
That's correct. There's one right there. Where's another one?
The F7.
Mm-hmm.
B7.
Yeah, B flat 7.
B flat 7, E flat 7
All right,
again.
so those are all dominant 7 chords, correct?
Okay, yes.
Okay, good deal. All right, so let's play that again. C, E, G, B flat. Good. And one of the things that you want to do is, as you play through these chords, you want to listen to how they sound. You need these to become a part of your harmonic vocabulary.
Okay.
So I mean, we're breaking them up right now, or arpeggiating the chord, but also play the notes together so you can hear how they sound together.
Okay.
So let's play all 4 notes together.
I'll try with my left hand real quick. So if I did it with this hand, I would need to do it like that. Is that right?
For right now, because again, this is really not a piano class
Right.
per se. You can use 2 hands to play the 4 notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it'd be,
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's the dominant 7 chord.
okay. And then
Major 7 chord.
it sounds so very different actually
Yeah.
now.
That's it.
Okay.
All right. The next chord that we want to look at is slightly different than the dominant 7 chord.
Because it's a 3, 4, 3.
That's right. We start with a root note. We stack our thirds, and we move up 3 half steps above the root note. Then we go up 4 half steps, and then 3 half steps, and that would give us, in this case, C, E flat, G, B flat. Okay, so play that one.
Right, so E flat, G.
Good.
Okay.
These are all examples of the minor 7 chord. All right, C, E, G, E flat, G, B flat. I say these are all examples. That's only one example. All right, all right. So the universal symbol for minor 7 chord varies.
It does.
Yeah, just like the major 7 chord. So let's start. The first one, you may see C, M, I 7, or you might say C lowercase m 7, or you may say C minus sign 7, or you might see C, M, I, N 7. All of these refer to minor 7.
This, M-I-N.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so let's play that one again. Okay, I said it wasn't a piano class, but just since we're using 2 hands, let's
Okay.
since you're using a triad and then a 7th, just go ahead and play 5, 3, and 1.
Okay.
C, E flat,
Yep.
3rd. Yeah.
Okay.
That's C minor 7.
Okay.
Play the major 7 chord again. C, E, G, B. Use the same fingering. 5, 3, 1. Major 7. Dominant 7. Lower that 7th degree. All right, now lower the 3rd. You'll get minor 7. Clearly different, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's minor 7. The next one that we want to focus on takes the minor 7 chord and it alters one note and it changes the entire character of the chord. So let's go ahead and look at that one as well.
You look a little harder at this one.
All right, so we're going to start. We're going to start with the 3 half steps above the root, which is C to E flat. Then I want to go up another 3 half steps. And then I want to go up another.
4.
That's correct. So now this is 3, 3, 4. So let's try this. Remember that the minor triad was 3, 4, 3. This is 3, 3, 4. So you're already ahead of me. I like your style.
Sorry.
That's fine. That's good.
It was coming back.
Okay.
Okay. do to that.
Use the second
that.
finger. Second finger. Now you could have used your third finger on the E flat. That's fine. And use the second finger on the G flat. And then just use your right hand and play that B flat. Yeah. Now play all four of those notes.
I have to remember which ones. All right.
C, E flat. Play them again. Yeah. There we go. There we go. That's what.
Okay. I was
Now,
missing that under.
that is what we call a half diminished seventh chord. But there are at least two ways to write half diminished seven, or to indicate that you want a half diminished seven chord. We're going to write it C, and I'm sure you will appreciate this reference. C, Ghostbuster.
What? Yes.
7.
Or.
But there's another way. But before, instead of me telling you, let's see if you can deduce.
Okay.
All right. Let's go back to the minor 7 chord for a second. Look at it. And then look at the half diminished 7 chord. And tell me the difference between minor 7, which is C, E flat, G, B flat. Tell me the difference between the minor 7 chord and the half diminished 7 chord. What's different?
The distance of half steps between those two and those two.
Okay, but
Forget
forget about
the note themselves.
Yeah, the actual notes.
Oh.
What's different between the notes?
Oh, the B flat.
Well, let's just see. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up to the top. Both the chords have the same root because we're dealing with C for right now.
Oh, it's the D. I mean, God dang it! G. It's the G.
Okay, what about the G?
The G is flat in the half diminished.
So if I say to you, you cannot use the word half diminished, how would you describe this chord to someone? What would you say about it? Because I gave you a minor 7 chord
You'd say
to start
minor
off.
7th G flat. I don't know. Like
It's a minor 7 chord, and what about how does the G is functioning as the what of the chord?
as the 5th.
So what would you say about the G in this chord?
Flat 5th. I mean, is that
Yeah, it's a minor 7 flat 5.
really?
Yeah, it's a minor 7 chord with a flat 5. It's another way of saying half diminished.
Get
Minor
out.
7 flat 5. So how would we write that? We would simply write C
Well,
minor.
any of those
7.
options.
Any of those options, correct. And in parentheses, we would just write flat 5.
Huh.
Minor 7 flat 5 is another way to write half diminished. And I'm pretty sure if we turn the page here, we would
Come across one.
Yeah, look, I just randomly selected those pages, and look what do we see? Right there, boom. Right there.
So is.
I'm just going to take a picture of that. Okay, so minor 7 flat 5. This is the same thing as writing C, or in this case, this would be E half diminished 7. So those two chord symbols mean the same thing.
So, if I'm looking at that, and I already happen to be glancing just because you turned it, does that mean sort of the same thing that I would be thinking of here? Is it telling you to sharp the 5th, and if you're
That's
playing
correct.
like sharp,
Yeah, that
the
B
ninth, like,
7.
yeah.
It's the fundamental chord there is a B dominant 7. It's a dominant 7 chord, and I raised the 5th degree, and that ninth right there is just an extension or compound interval.
Right.
I would just raise the ninth. It's very
And
literal.
the same there. I mean, like I can see it.
Exactly. It's like figured bass. It's the modern day figured bass. Yeah. Okay. Okay. One more chord.
Okay.
One more chord. So far we've done major 7. We've done dominant 7. We did minor 7. Half diminished 7. The last one. We're going to start with our snowman there. Let's look at the number of half steps. Okay, from C to E flat, we have 3 half steps. Then from E flat to G flat, 3 half steps. And look at there, we have G flat to B double flat, which is also
A.
But how many half steps though?
Oh, 3.
Right. So our formula for diminished 7th is really 3 plus 3 plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
Pick any note, move up 3 half steps, another 3 half steps, another 3 half steps.
It'll always be a diminished 7.
Right. And then here's the interesting thing. Think about the musical system that we use. It has 12 tones,
Mm-hmm.
or 12 half steps. And we're looking at a chord here that has 4 notes, and in between those 4 notes we have 3 half steps apiece.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how we combine different parts of this chord, they're always going to equal the same.
Mm-hmm.
So what am I saying here? If I start off with C, E flat, G flat, B double flat, and I invert this, I'm still going to
Be 3 apart on each
right. So this chord is going to sound the same in every single inversion, which actually implies something else, because we have 12 tones in our music, and the diminished 7th chord uses 4 of those 12. And when I invert the diminished chord, it sounds the same. It means that there's one diminished chord that covers 4 different keys. The next one and the last one is here. If I go up another half step, I'm actually back at the first one again.
Huh. Okay, you've traveled. You've already made it.
I've gone through all 12 keys.
Options.
I've gone through all 12 keys just like that. Don't worry about that. All right. Last thing. Mm-hmm. Last thing. I would like, just for fun, because I told you before the end of this session, we're going to listen to. We're gonna play some sounds that you've heard before, but you're going to do them. You're going to go like, aha. So let's.
Oh, how do I write? Is it diminished 7?
That's correct. Yeah, it's simply going to be C with the 0 or the degree sign.
Mm-hmm.
7.
Okay. There's no or on this one. That's just how you see it.
That's it.
Okay.
Or you may say C D I M 7.
Okay.
D I M 7. Okay. Okay. Now, next thing, here's what I would like for you to do. For fun, we're going to add the interval of a ninth. Let's play through the 5/7 chords first, and then we're going to add the interval of a ninth, and let's see what happens. So the first chord is C major 7. So C, E, G, and then with a B. You can use your right hand there. Okay. So play the first chord together, all 4 notes.
Sorry.
C major 7. Let's play C dominant 7. We're going to lower the 7th degree. Good. Let's do C minor 7. Good. Half diminished. Lower the 5th degree. Good. No. No. Lower the 7th degree again. All right. Sound pretty good? Yeah, those are nice chords. Now, let's add the interval of a ninth. Let's talk about the ninth. The ninth is a compound interval, right? It's just a major second up one octave. So
yes.
basically it's going to be a D. So we're going to do everything you just did, but we're going to add D to it.
Okay.
Play it C, E, G, B natural, D. C major 9.
Okay.
Move the 7 down a half step. Keep the D at the top. C dominant 9. Let's move the 3rd down. C minor 9.
I should hear more of a change there, shouldn't I? I don't hear it really. But
You will.
okay.
Keep
And
going.
then C, I don't know. Then
Keep going. Do it again. C major 9.
boy, people invite you to parties because you really know how to have fun.
C major 9. C dominant 9. C minor 9.
Why, if we're saying C dominant 9, why is it the 7th that I'm changing and not the 9th?
Because the 9th is an extension, and as you move beyond the 7th, the name of the chord takes on the form of the largest extension. In this case, we're only adding a 9th.
Okay, so if I see something that says C minor 9th, I still know that it's the 7th that's getting the, well, let's say in the dominant 7th, it's gonna be that's getting the.
It's a dominant 7 chord with a 9th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I got this.
All right.
So where are we? We're on the first one. So
Major 9.
dominant. I'm gonna go.
Dominant 9. Minor 9.
That's what I changed.
On the 3rd.
Third. I missed that. Sorry, I missed.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna lower my 5th on the half.
Half diminished 9.
Then I'm gonna double flat that. I like that one.
Yeah. You've heard those sounds before, and you're going to have an aha moment a little bit later. I promise you.
Okay.
All right.
That's funny that one note, adding the 9th.